No.
I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, but we're live. I'm guessing we're live, so we might as well just start the show as if we are live. What's going on, Devon? How are you this fine evening?
Yo, I'm kicking it and cutting it close today, just like you. I had to pick up one of my friends from the airport. So
Oh,
I was zooming home, going 120 miles on the freeway in my Lamborghini.
there you go. I was just recording another podcast, and so if my voice goes midway through, I might just hop off, and you can carry the rest of the show because that's what we
Okay.
do here. So,
Can't wait.
everyone, welcome back to What Were You Thinking? A world's greatest live stream. Coming to you live here on FanFest, simulcast on Twitter and on Facebook and on YouTube. My name is Mike Furman, alongside my wonderful co-host here, Devon Allen, 110-meter hurdler, two-time Olympian, kind of good at football a little bit. I mean, not good enough to make USC, but good enough, I suppose. And
Wait, which USC? University of Southern California or University of South Carolina?
bum, 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 bum,
Why are
bum.
you a USC fan? You're on the East Coast.
I lived in LA for a good long time.
Oh,
Look, I've got
you're one of those.
all right. Here we
You're
go.
one of those. Like, oh, why are you a Tampa Bay fan? Oh, because I went
You
to
wouldn't know. All right,
I
here we
went to
go.
Disney once in
Here we go. Does that
Orlando, and
look
it's
good?
pretty
There you go.
close.
Oh, you like that?
Who signed that? Who signed that helmet?
Read it.
OJ Simpson. Oh, you have a '68
Yeah.
OJ Simpson helmet.
There you go.
Legendary.
There you go. This was between the first and second time of criminal activity. So anyway, we're not here to talk about this. We're here to talk about the Olympics. The Winter Games are in full speed ahead, as you can see here. I'm starting to get some sleep because USA is just continuously disappointing me every single night. It was unfortunate. USA curling was in position to medal and did not, unfortunately, lost in the bronze medal match there. USA women's hockey, obviously, we know they got the silver. The men did not advance. And then I was really rooting for Slovakia last night since they knocked us out, knocked
Yeah,
and then they couldn't get anything going against Finland. I
that's
guess
how it always is too. Like you play football and you get beat by Alabama, and you hope Alabama wins at the end of the day because you can say, oh well,
at
at least we
least
lost
yeah,
to
yeah.
the champs.
Yeah, exactly. So tonight we have a very special show here. We've got a couple of returning guests who you may have seen on this run already. Alex Hooper, professional comedy roaster, professional comedian, great stand-up comic. You may have seen him on America's Got Talent. He was in an episode of New Girl, which I totally forgot about until I recently saw it, and I was like, "Hey, there's Alex. There you go." A couple of other shows and commercials. Every now and again, I would just see Hooper pop up on TV. He's a real funny guy, longtime friend. So I'm glad he's able to join the show. We got Billy Demong joining us again from USA Nordic, five-time Olympian and won a gold medal, the first American to win a gold medal in Nordic Combined. And we've had the benefit of talking to him a few times on the show. Very insightful, really, really cool guy. Uh, really looking forward to seeing where this show is going to go. He'll be joining us later in the broadcast. Five-time Olympian. You're not even halfway to five. Could you imagine
I
five?
I
Five?
couldn't imagine, but I can't imagine in the winter sports because I'm sure Billy started when he was 2 as well, and his
They
first
all started too.
was 12, 16, 20, 24, 28. I feel like that's a good ladder towards greatness and then winning his gold medal.
Yeah. How old would you be to make your fifth Olympics? That would be 12 years from
To
now.
that old, surprisingly, 16 years, so I'll be only 37 in my
Hey,
fifth,
hey,
which would be a
you know
lot.
what? So I'm 37 now, and I feel raring to go. I'm telling you.
That's what I'm saying. I'm my third Olympics will be 29, so
Yeah.
that's gonna be in my prime time.
If you look like this at 37, we'll have to talk. We'll need to have another intervention with Hooper before his time is done. But look, we're what? I think we have tonight and then tomorrow and then Sunday and then the Olympics are over. We have some awesome guests who are still going to be coming up soon. Erin Jackson, the short track speed skater, gold medalist, she's going to be on Sunday. Tomorrow
Yes.
we got Quinara Hayes, 400-meter runner. bobsledder from Trinidad and Tobago, Mikhail Thomas.
I actually
This
know Mikhail pretty well, actually, because
Do you really?
he's a hurdler as well. He trained Arizona for many
That's right.
years with Aries Merritt at
That's right.
Altus. So I spent a lot of time, watching him train. We also competed against each other a few times
There you
at
go. There you go.
major competitions.
Love that. Do you ever beat you?
Actually, I don't know. I don't think so. Um, that's a good question. That's a good question. What is that? Is that the
Well,
you
I'm sure
got
if you
beat
did,
helmet?
you'd remember it. I mean, that's like winning the
No.
Super Bowl, right? Being able to beat Devon Allen, which at some point this year, I think you and I do have a race coming up. So,
Real quick to everybody watching. If you're watching this and you beat me in a race, or you didn't beat me, go ahead and get your bronze NFT. You can claim that one for free.
yeah, there you go, there you go. Or, well, I don't want to be like if you beat him, then he'll buy your gold NFT because then you'll just get a bunch of texts and bills from a couple of people maybe scattered
Just a few.
throughout.
Just a
Yeah, you
few in
can't
the
win
world.
every single race, which
Yeah.
is that's part. But you do win a lot. We saw you win last weekend, right? So
You
so
know
there you
what's funny is the YouTube trend going around is like beat me in 101 and get $100, beat me in a race. I
Yeah.
always wanted to go to like Venice Beach and give that a go and just race random people. But I'm sure if I told my coach, he would probably kill me. I'm not going to do that one until after I retire.
I mean, it like the day that you hang them up, get down to Venice Beach and do that. I think that sounds like a great idea. We'll
True.
film it at World's Greatest. We'll do the show.
Okay,
It'll
let's
it'll
do it.
it'll
We'll do it. We'll do it live on fanfest.io.
that's right. It'll get over 1 million views, which is what this show has gotten over the last week and a half. The show will
1.2.
go on. The show will go on, by the way. We don't have a schedule yet. Probably not going to be a nightly thing because well, my wife wouldn't like that.
Yeah.
But we're gonna keep this show going on. And I've had an absolute blast. I know you have too. All these guests that we've met, all the things that we've learned about sports that we've never really have dove into before.
I,
So it's
I feel like this
really
show is slowly turning into a legitimate, legendary podcast called "What Were You Thinking" podcast, and
that's right.
we have guests from all kinds of sports, and now we have comedians. Soon enough, Gordon Ramsay is going to be on the show, how to cook, and then we can say we made it.
Yeah. Once what is that? That's the threshold for we've made it once Gordon Ramsay comes on the show?
Gordon Ramsay, or if we can get Barack Obama on the show as well.
All right. Wow, get to work. Get to work on that. In the meantime, to celebrate the 1 millionth view on the show, I keep saying that it's still just unreal. 1 million views, over 1 million now. But to celebrate, we partnered with Fanaply for creating NFTs. And that's what you're seeing behind us. There's 3 levels of NFTs that you can get. There's a bronze, there's a silver, there's a gold. Obviously, you get some great perks with the silver and gold. The bronze one you can get for free, though. And we partnered with Fanaply for a reason because they use a managed wallet system that dramatically reduces transactions hitting the blockchain, making it more eco-friendly. And I think that's great. They're actually they have a partnership with Offsetra to donate on a monthly basis to get their platform to carbon neutral, which is really cool. And I didn't even realize how bad blockchain was for the environment, but I guess that uses a ton of energy, as you can imagine. So that's why we're partnered with these guys. And I guarantee if you buy these NFTs, you will look way happier than Devon does up there. You look like this Devon, not that Devon. Why so serious, Dev? Why so serious?
You know what? You know why I'm is producer Bob just hit us with the text saying that the text just went out to Barack Obama. So we're gonna have him on the show soon.
Gotcha. Awesome. I love that. So so we're gonna have Alex Hooper join us at some point soon. He's just gonna pop in here. That's kind of his thing. He just pops in, whether or not you want him to. He'll just show up. So I'm actually going to his wedding in Mexico in April. So if he wants a good gift, he should not be mean to me tonight. That's all I can say. But it's hard for a professional roaster to not. Yeah, there you go.
I want to see what kind of research this guy does, because I watched some of his America's Got Talents, and obviously those judges are famous people, and there's a lot of dirt online, and you can make fun of a lot of things going on. So we'll see. You might go for the low hanging fruit. You got fourth in the Olympics. You got fifth in the Olympics. That kind of thing. But we'll see what kind of heat.
Here's my problem is that he knows me on a personal level, so I'm expecting some deep cuts. We'll see what happens. But in the meantime, again, couple days left here on the Olympics. I've learned so much just on this show and otherwise. Last night, if you haven't watched it yet, last night's show was probably the most insightful show that we've done. We had Linlin Sun, the 2010 Vancouver 2010 gold medal short track relay champion. I said gold medal? That was redundant, wasn't it? Anyway, she won a gold in the short track speed skating relay, and then went on to have a successful coaching career, coaching athletes, speed skaters here in the United States. Represents China, from China. Obviously, some great things that she had to say about the Olympics being in China. Boogie Johnson, the hurdle mechanic, track and field coach, he joined us as well. So you can imagine when you have three coaches, because Devon here also coach, right, at the Naval Academy. He's repping it.
No, we actually had a meet today, so I coached actively today.
Oh, yeah. How'd you guys do?
We did great. We killed it. It was a small meet before our conference meet next weekend. Just trying to get some things sharpened up, but we had lots of PBs, a lot of young midshipmen did pretty well. So we're happy about that and looking forward to next week and try to capture another conference title on the men and women side. So it should be good. But yeah, yesterday was super insightful. If you're, I highly recommend you watching it because it goes into just, a lot of insight on how to, look at your athletes and how to create a training program and the off-season training and in-season training and the similarities of every sport, especially how different track and field can be from speed skating and snowboarding. And then we just talk about like the different cultures of China and the U.S. and how the training atmosphere is completely different in China, right? It seemed like
just being an athlete in China,
exactly,
on the national team versus here,
yeah, it seemed like everything's taken care of for you. You kind of just show up and train, and then on the other end of the spectrum, although we have some good support through the USOC and USA Track and Field, we're expected to do a lot more on our own, which was very surprising to Lin Sun when she first saw it, and she was a coach for the U.S. team a few years ago.
Yeah. That the one major takeaway is that apparently KFC in Asia is way better than anything that we've got here. So, and then the night before that we had Kenny Mayne on. We've had Billy Demong, who's going to be joining us now. He's been joining us throughout the run of this show. If you haven't seen every single episode of this show, go back and watch, because this isn't like your normal Winter Olympics show where we're talking about results and all that kind of stuff. Sure, we mentioned them. Oh boy, there he is, and. This is just terrifying.
Alex, what's up?
Hello. Hi, guys. I've been really enjoying this opening segment.
What an entrance. Alex Hooper. I hope I never see that angle ever again. That's all I can say.
Oh, you're going to see it so many times in Mexico, Mike. That's how I'm going to enter I'm going to walk down the aisle like that. Just,
That's gonna be all of our faces. Like, she actually is marrying him. Like, yeah, it's gonna be like that.
I get that. So, every single day.
Hooper, you were here last week. We had an absolute blast. You left everybody in stitches. For some reason, Bob invited you back.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine why. But have you been watching any of these Olympic Games in the last week, or is that why you're back? Is that why you're here?
Yeah, that's exactly why I am back. I have been watching absolutely nothing. So I have no commentary whatsoever on this last week of Olympics, but I have plenty of commentary on everyone who's going to be on the show today. So get ready for a lot of color, everyone. The whole rainbow is going to be here today.
See, I missed the first show you were on, so I have no idea what to expect. I watched, I did my homework a little bit and watched a bit of your American Got Talent. So I am excited,
Okay.
to say the least.
I did a lot of research on you too, Devon. Like, one thing I can't believe is that you were baptized 2 days before you secured your spot at the Rio Olympics. And all I can think is, if they had held you underwater for a few more seconds, maybe you could have medaled.
Yeah. I knew that one was coming instantly.
I'm just saying, God was probably busy the day of your event, like saving orphans from a fire or something actually important. When like athletes are like, please, God, let me win. God's like, hi, there's an earthquake and a tsunami. Maybe I should deal with that instead of your little game.
Hey, fair enough. And I don't ask God for much, but hopefully this next one, just please, 4th and 5th, I deserve a medal.
No, I think he's too busy listening to Grant Holloway's requests, I think is what's actually happening. So, you could, look, let's just face it, Devon, you can't hold a candle to Grant, or should I say you can't hold a torch to Grant Holloway. Even his Wikipedia is 3 times longer than yours.
Oh my God.
You got to do better, buddy.
Well, you know what? I have some inside scoop on that. He actually edits his own Wikipedia.
Oh.
That's a smart move. I like this guy.
Smart move. Yeah.
That'll do it.
I'm gonna go and copy and paste Grant's Wikipedia onto my Wikipedia.
Yep. Hey, you know what? The best artists steal. That's what we do. So take it away.
That's right. That's right. Hooper, I'm curious to kind of get your insights. On yesterday's show, we're talking about fast food, right? We're talking about, and which I know you're a pretty healthy guy. You take care of yourself. Despite how you look.
I'm drinking kombucha right now. That's how healthy I am.
Nothing better you can do for your gut. Well, maybe a couple other things, but I got no shout outs. Okay, so this is where the show's going. So Bob's bringing up this awesome video of me stumbling out of the blocks now. So this was Devon. What happened here was Hannah.
What were you thinking?
Hannah Cunliffe was just like, I'm going to teach you how to be so explosive that you'll fall over. And I said, that's impossible. And of course, I'm wearing Jordans and jeans. And she had some really good tips, and I almost fell on my face. And of course, this was like live on her IG. I think Gabby was there that day. This was, remember, like in 2018 when we were down in Georgia,
Atlanta,
in Atlanta. Yeah, that's okay. So now we're just going to show all the videos of me being slow next to world-class athletes. Here's Asafa Powell being. I told him that I could keep distance with him for like 2 steps, and he said no, you can't, and there you have it.
Mike, I think overall you're a great athlete, just not a great athlete to anybody over 2 years old. So
fair. I don't know, man. Compared to my 5-year-old daughter, I'm pretty legendary there on the soccer pitch.
That's what I was gonna say. When soccer stops, when they stop chasing the ball around, is when you can't compete anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Just push them over, push them to the side.
No, Mike is actually very good at playing sports. I found actually dating Mike is a lot like playing basketball. Put your guard up because he's very forward, and when he drives to the hole, call foul. How was that one? Pretty good? Pretty good? I got plenty of these. I'm going to be going all day.
Mike, I haven't met your wife, but I'm sure she's a lovely lady. So good for you.
She made a cameo when Alex was on the other day. Yeah, no, I how do you say it? Outside of your league, like
you drafted out of your league, or you're a good recruiter.
Out of his little league, let's say that much.
Yeah, no, she's in the NFL, and I'm playing for the Oregon Ducks. That's basically that's similar. Actually, no.
Yeah. Mike is a Patriots fan, but I don't mean the football team. I mean the insurrectionists who stormed the Capitol.
See, that's not even. No, don't do that, sir. Don't silo me with those guys. I don't want to be. No, don't do that. Now this is on the internet. People are gonna think it's true.
Hey, I'm the guy that carried out the lectern.
Anything on the internet is true, Mike. Remember that. It's going on your Wikipedia
I have seen actually a lot of people kind of they've put the side by side of me and lectern guy, and there is a little bit of a similarity there. And yeah, don't pull that one up though, Bob. Please don't. Are we going to talk Winter Olympics at all on this, or we're just going to unleash Hooper on us?
I've got so much.
This is what happened. Bob's just like, oh, we don't have any other athletes, so who can humiliate my hosts the best? Let's get Hooper back on this show. See,
Well,
Happy to do it.
I was going to go through like fun facts and all these different sports. We got Billy Demong coming on here, get his insights into what happened with ski jumping and Nordic Combined. But
let's get into some fun facts, Mike.
You want some fun facts? I mean, I
1968 Winter Olympics were the first to be shown in color. That was the first Olympics you were alive to watch, right? 1968.
I'm not that old. Come on now.
Oh,
I was going to use a similar joke on Kenny though when he was on the other day, and it actually would have been applicable.
Oh yeah, but when people are actually old, you can't make fun of them. It's kind of sad.
So Hooper, I got a question for you. I need your prediction here because Devon and I are going to do some sort of a charity race at some point in time. I don't know if we're actually going to do it, but we've been talking about it. I don't know exactly. It's got to be handicapped at some point in time. What I've always wanted to do is the moving walkway in the airport. Him on the grounds, me on the moving walkway. He has hurdles. I don't. Maybe we can do that.
No, you have to have hurdles because the moving walkway is a huge advantage. I actually raced one of my buddies on that who's not fast, and he smoked me. So you're not fast as well.
So I was trying to tell Curly when that came up. I'm quick enough. I ran a sub 1060 in Fayetteville last year.
That's pretty good.
10. Sub 10, yeah.
I think all the girls on our track team ran sub 10 in the 60 hurdles.
Yes.
So
yeah, absolutely. But I'm kind of curious, Hooper, if you have any other ideas for how we can handicap this race, because it's got to be something. It's got to be something that Devon can equally lose as much as I can, right? If it's for charity.
Yeah. I mean, I think maybe I think we do need to hold Devon back in some way. Like, I mean, maybe make him catch a football because we know he's not going to do that. I mean, look, Devon, you couldn't even catch COVID if it appeared in your home. So you're not
knock on wood.
Throw into you full speed. So I think that's probably the answer: is just try to make him run a post route or something like that, and see if he can actually achieve it.
It's been quite a while since I've caught a football, so I think you're right there. And I have not gotten COVID yet. Knock on wood. We're gonna keep it that way, please.
Just see, I just tell people just get it and get it over with. That was my strategy.
Oh yeah, I've had it twice.
Wow. Wait,
it's the gift that keeps on giving.
What city are you from?
I live in Los Angeles.
Oh, okay. Say New York, probably.
We just get it by doing anything at all. Like every time I audition for a commercial, they're like, "You didn't get it, but we gave you COVID." I'm like, "Hey, I'll take that."
Consolation prize.
But I think that would work out pretty well, right?
Yeah. I was thinking maybe we fat suit him to bring him up to my weight.
Ooh, that's fun. I also like the idea of you doing hurdles, Mike, but I think it should just be little carry-on bags on the runway that we just leave in there in a series. And you can just hop over like a little girl's frozen suitcase or whatever it may be. It would just look so adorable,
That would be a good way to do it, I think, because then we could have people like the spectators, like fake spectators just standing in the way as well. Like side. You know how there's one side that's walk and one side that's stand?
Oh, I hate that.
Yeah.
Because no one ever obeys that. That's like a law. That's like a law of human decency, and no one ever obeys it.
Some out loud to me when I was standing there, they're like, "Oh man, I hate when people stand on the walk." And I'll excuse me?
You're kind of cutting out a little bit on that, but I think I got the punchline.
Was the punchline fourth place? Was that the punchline there?
He's gone.
He's out. He's out. I did it, everybody. I roasted him so hard that his feed cut out. Boom.
No, I had to reset.
He's back. He's back.
I did hear your joke, and I'm not amused.
I thought you canceled yourself for a second there.
No.
No, the burns aren't that bad yet, huh?
We like the Brady Bunch right now, like.
Yeah, I'll be Alice. I'll be in the middle.
Yeah, you're more of a middle. If there was a triples luge, would you be in the middle?
Oh, for sure. I would be playing both sides. I'd be going for the top and the bottom. I would just be whispering sweet nothings in their ear the whole time, just like, you can do it. You're the best. Keep it going. You're wonderful.
Go faster. Go faster.
It's great. I think the most wonderful thing about you, Alex, is that while you are great with the roasting, you're also the most positive person I've ever met. I don't know how you managed to kind of to balance that out, or is it just a shtick? Is it
It's a
farce?
paradox. No, I believe that roasting is a form of love, and it's just the way that I like to go about it. But I like being positive and inspirational. I think people should live the best lives they possibly can, and for me, that's just being a silly idiot all the time.
Mm-hmm. Are your vows going to get you slapped at your wedding?
Ooh, questionable. They're going to be, look, I'm writing something superb and I'm very excited. Now, I do think I have threatened to do my vows as if I'm doing a cameo for Lauren, which would just be an absolute nightmare for her. If literally they're like, if I just like, hi Lauren, are you getting married today? Well, no one cares. None of these people she would just freak the hell out. I think she would just divorce me right there on the spot. Annulled. Bye.
How well do you do on Cameo? I've always wondered this. Do a lot of people order cameos? Like,
Yeah, I mean, I was on a list of the top 20 most requested performers in 2021, so
really?
pretty good. Yeah, a lot of
Okay.
a, a lot of people want me to burn their friends, their husbands, their coworkers, whatever it may be. Some people just like pep talks, which I'll do too. But I'll do anything on there. I did a feet video once.
A
I'm not
what?
above it. A feet video,
Feet.
like
You showed.
exactly what
Yeah. Okay.
exactly what
Okay.
you think it is. I'm shameless, dude. If you pay me the money for it and that's what you want, all right.
All right. So I'm gonna order a Cameo right now. I'll Venmo you like whatever it is, like $15. How much is yours? It can't be that much, right?
40.
I'll,
It's not that much. 40.
oh, you've gone up. Look at you.
You know.
He's made it.
Yeah.
I want you to give your Cameo pep talk. What would you have said to Devon before the Olympic final that would have put him on the podium?
I would go, hey, how about you do something that might actually be a sustainable career one day? Something that might actually bring some money in case you ever want to have like a family or you want to have a life or go out to nice restaurants. Maybe do anything else other than this right now.
I would. I don't have a
Would
good
that
comment
have
for
put him
that.
on the podium though? I don't know.
Oh, was I supposed to put him on the podium? Yeah, because I think
Yeah, you're supposed to put
you
him
know
on the
what?
podium.
I need my endorsements. Yeah, because that's the one thing you can get from you're going to get those endorsements. And then, boom, when McDonald's comes a calling, you come a running, hopefully faster than you did in the past Olympics.
Oh my God! Please. These
Uh,
are.
what?
Yeah, I'm not funny enough.
Yeah, no, you don't want.
I'm just.
You don't,
I'm just
want
gonna
to throw
take
them
them.
back. You don't.
No,
You don't
I'm
want
just
to try
gonna
to.
take
To
I was gonna say
establish-
I was gonna find another sustainable job, but the only thing I could do is comedy, and that's not very sustainable either.
Well, Mike has had a lot of jobs. Mike used to work for the show At Midnight, which is also when you're not supposed to feed him.
Mike, I was actually on your IMDb or IMDb,
Yeah,
and you
IMDb,
actually
yeah.
you have an Emmy.
3 of them, and you would know that if you ever spoke to Mike Furman. You would know that he has
How do
3
they give
Emmys.
you an Emmy?
How do they
A
give
show
you?
called
Actually,
called football.
This one's for the March Madness basketball tournament. You can see that
Let me
NCAA
see. March Madness on demand.
Yeah, it was the it was a good program. It was a great
Hey,
little program.
congrats for that. Oh, and Midnight. Oh, that's what you were talking about. Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
Devin, you have to know. I mean, Mike is a brilliant sports commentator. After all, those who can't stand on the sidelines and hope to not be mistaken for a Make-A-Wish kid.
Well, it's funny because it's true though. because yeah, standing next to most athletes, you should see if you've ever seen the picture of me interviewing Kevin Love or Brooke Lopez. It's really those are the yeah. I look like a Make-A-Wish kid in those. I was wearing like baggy jeans.
I mean, luckily though, Mike, like even though you're short, you make up for it with your horrible personality.
I don't think I have that bad of a personality.
Yeah, be nice.
They're not all gonna be gold medals, okay? Some of these are fourth place jokes as well.
Oh, you dirty dog.
But see, hey, there actually is something that Devon did last year to deserving of accolades. You'll see the Inside American Track League did win this Telly Award, right? So Devon, if you want to get one of these,
wait, we won an award, and I didn't get a piece of it
for sports. Well, you can order your own. They make you pay for your own trophies. It's like $200.
Actually, I might do that.
You want it? I'll give you the link.
I mean, that's the only thing I can put on my mantle because I don't have any gold medals.
Oh, this is
fourth place and fifth place.
It's still a silver, but that's better than nothing.
Yeah, true. Fair enough.
Oh, I dropped that.
I love this.
Do you? I mean, look, you. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I know.
I mean, Mike, look, you're an LA 4, a Connecticut 7, and yes, I'm talking about your shoe size.
Is that a transgender joke?
No. It's a short person's joke.
Oh, okay.
I'm short.
You wear a women's 7 and a men's 4.
No, I am a solid 10 and a half. Thank you very much.
Yeah, 10 and a half. We'll go. I'll give you the half. I'll give you the half.
Hey, you can round up on it.
I'm 5'11 and a half, according to my Wikipedia. Actually, you know what's funny? I actually changed that. So let me see if it stayed that way.
What, you changed it to make yourself taller?
No, yeah. Somebody was messing with me and changed my height to 5'11 and a half. It's back to normal.
Okay.
It's back to normal.
Oh, Devon, can I throw one more at you since I have it here?
Let's do it.
Devon, you finished the 110-meter hurdles in under 13 seconds, which surprised everyone in the world except any woman you slept with who says you always finish under 13 seconds.
Hey, that is a good one. Hey, you wouldn't be wrong. You would not be wrong.
I mean, you have places to go.
Yeah, I got stuff to do. I got to train. I got to get my rest. Like, I need at least 10 hours of sleep.
Yeah, ribbed for his pleasure.
Yeah.
See, I don't know where this show is going at this point anymore. I'm just like,
I'm waiting for Billy to come in because I got a million Billy jokes ready to go.
Oh, Billy.
All right, well, so Billy's going to be here in about 10 minutes. Maybe.
Well, you know what? If we're just going to rip Billy for 30 minutes, we should probably get all of Billy's accolades out of the way first so the fans know, and then we can go from there.
There you go. Someone in the chat room asked to see your dog, by the way. So we got to bring Barry in.
Hey, Barry, come here. Barry, come here. Barry, come here.
Does that work?
Come here.
Oh, I see him.
Oh, look at him.
There you go. Do you have a dog you want to go grab or two?
Oh, sorry.
I mean, I do. I can. You want me to grab one of them real quick?
He's got 2 dogs. Go grab a pug. Let's go see a pug. Wait, who is that? That's Barry.
This is my buddy's dog, Voldemort.
Voldemort.
Hey, Barry.
The name that shall not be named. Uh-oh.
Oh. Hey, it kind of looks like you.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I woke him up just to do that, and he is not happy about it. No, Carlton, you're done. He's like, I'm over this.
The Fresh Prince.
So speaking of, I guess we haven't been speaking of fitness whatsoever, but bringing it to fitness, and we just saw the pug. And I know Hooper he had a pug yoga calendar a couple of years ago.
I did.
It was him doing yoga with a bunch of pugs, and it got some accolades, right? Like, didn't it? It did pretty well.
Yeah, it got onto the Ellen show. She featured it, and we sold out instantly of our run, which was crazy. I didn't even know that was going to happen. I got a call from a friend's mom saying, "Do you know you're on Ellen right now?" And I'm like, "No, nobody told me this." And sure enough, turn on the TV, and there's my giant shirtless body in beautiful leggings with a pug sitting on top of me, just doing a full bow at Griffith Park. And wow, I mean, the places you'll go.
I'm looking at these pictures right now, and I wish I didn't. To be
I
honest.
know, you're gonna think about those for years. I know
There it
they are
is.
incepted into your mind.
There it is. Wow. So what were you thinking when you turned on the TV and saw you posing behind Ellen?
I was thinking that I probably have a really good chance at dating Ellen right now because she probably can't tell that I'm a man. So I think my more feminine qualities definitely come out in those pictures.
Absolutely, they do. And I was so bummed because I actually went to buy one and they were all sold out. I was like,
Really?
yeah, I did buy your book, but I'm like one of 5 people who probably bought your book because it wasn't on Ellen.
No, it was not on Ellen for sure. Yeah, but I do have a book. Yep, I got that. I got that too, everybody. So yeah, I do all kinds of stuff. Go get it, everyone. Roast yourself to happiness is available now.
Free shout outs.
You
It's
can
free
go.
on
I know,
it's
I'm
free
just
on the
trying-
Kindle.
Yeah,
How's
it is.
How is that
Is it really?
possible? How do you make any money doing that?
Because you have to, it's part of a Kindle subscription program. So if somebody buys it, I get like 8 cents or something like that.
I was gonna say Hooper's not in it.
You
for the
get
money,
enlightenment.
obviously. He's not in it for the money.
Yeah, fair enough.
No,
I'm in it.
of course not. You know,
I'm
It's
gonna
like
read
you're
this.
you're not in track and field for the money.
Yeah, obviously that's the case. Or I wouldn't be living in
yeah, you're in it for the you're in it for the
in-
spandex.
in Maryland, where Alex Hooper's from.
Oh, there you go.
Tough place. Tough place to live.
What's your
No, I'm
favorite
in
part
Annapolis.
about living in Maryland? And
My
then
fa-
Hooper, what's your favorite part about moving away from Maryland?
Ooh, Devin, you want to go first?
He's just
My
looking-
favorite part is in the summer it doesn't rain or snow. That's about it.
That's summer. That's the definition of summer.
You know what? To be honest, it's a lot different than what I'm used to in Phoenix, and I have a preference towards Phoenix. But I'm not
It
gonna.
also doesn't rain or snow in Phoenix.
I'm not gonna hate too much in Maryland because I'm gonna be here for a while, so I don't want the Marylandonians to hate me.
Marylonians.
First of all, it's Marylanders. How dare
Marylanders.
you? Not
Marylanders.
even-
The Marylonians are
But
going to come and
also,
get you now.
aren't you hotter in Maryland, like physically, than you would be in Phoenix? Because granted, Phoenix has a dry heat, but there's lots of beautiful people there. Maryland, I mean, it's just a bunch of like clown farmers like me running around there. So, I mean, I feel like you'd clean up in Maryland.
True, I'm a Phoenix 4 and a Maryland 7.
There you go.
Yep,
Look who's
that's the
paying
one.
attention.
We're learning something today. We're learning something today here.
My buddy sitting over here just laughed, so he thought that was funny. Now he's coughing. He has COVID.
And he's dead.
And he's dead.
When you told him that you had to do this Winter Olympics show, was this the show that he had in mind?
No, I don't think so. He's sitting over there. I'm not talking about sports at all. He's like, how is this a sports show?
Yeah. It's supposed to be, but every now and again we take a break, right?
Yeah, I mean, hey, that's what the people want. The people want Alex, so we give him Alex.
Well, he's not hearing these burns though. You got your earbuds in.
Oh, he can tell. He can
So it looks like our good friend Billy Demong is joining us. Welcome to the show. Just like me, obviously earned the jacket he's wearing right now.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I'll never be like you, Mike.
No, it's
Let me put on a loudspeaker so you can hear.
Billy Demong is back, 5-time Olympian. What's your title at Nordic Combined? Executive director? Or what?
Executive director, chief bottle washer, part-time janitor.
The only person on this show to have won an Olympic medal, Devon.
Yeah. Actually, you know what's amazing about that, Mike?
Man.
Because
he's gone.
He's not even listening. He took the earbuds out. He's done.
Here's what I love about that. Because Billy
Billy
won gold, right? Billy won gold. Devon is close to gold, and Mike is anxiously awaiting Golden Corral to reopen. So, I mean, really,
I thought he was at the training table earlier, but okay.
Yeah, no, it's called the buffet table. That's where he was.
All right, I'm back.
I was having a very Olympic day. I went up to see Keegan Randall's in town. She was announcing over in Greenwich or wherever they are, Stanford, for the Olympics.
Yep.
And then Toyota's doing an activation in Park City here and getting different Olympians on the, to come over and ice skate with the kids, sign some autographs. And they had advertised it was Friday. I show up with my family. I got my kids. I'm going to see my buddy Keegan. I brought my gold medal because we've never taken a picture with both of our medals before. Closed. Nobody sent me the memo. I'm like, come on. She's like, tomorrow. I was like, all right. So then I went from that to a 2-hour board meeting to right size the future for, making sure next time around we're winning a ton of medals in ski jumping and Nordic Combined. And then I put on my fish scale skis and skied up the aerial jump over to watch my kid jump for a while. And then blasted over here to catch you guys for the tail end. So sorry for the late delay, but I'm feeling very Olympic.
Yeah, no, look, you've done more than I have today, and obviously more than Alex has done today. Alex has basically just been sitting on Wikipedia all day trying to come up with some funny jokes to tell on this show.
I want to hear it actually, because I was promised like a roast, and I know there's a lot of good material out there, but I hope you didn't find the redheads. Oh wait, you're a redhead.
No. This is dirty. It's dirty blonde, man. Come on.
Strawberry blonde.
Yeah, I mean, Billy, you're amazing. I mean, you're known for ski jumping, clearing huge gaps. Mike is known for shopping on clearance at Baby Gap. You guys have so much in common here. Billy, you want me to just hit you a little bit? Should we just do that?
I do, but I do want a Furman bobblehead.
Oh, who doesn't?
You know what? After we sell out of all these NFTs, we want bobbleheads for the show, Bob.
Absolutely.
That's where we're going. Yep.
All right, Alex, light me up.
All right, Billy, let me just see this. Let's see. Billy proposed to his wife on the same day he was chosen to carry the flag for the closing ceremony.
Alan. Come on.
Yep. And he actually carried a white flag because he was surrendering his manhood.
Oh, hey, that's just how it goes. We all sign up for it.
Dressed like Oliver Twist, though, to boot.
Oh, that's beautiful. What about? I'm impressed by you, Billy. I mean, you have a gold medal, a silver medal, and a bronze hairline. That is impressive, to say the least. In fact, each one of your 5 remaining hairs stands for each Olympic visit that you've done. So thank you for keeping them in check for us.
Just shave that in. I just don't know there'd be a left to make it actually look like rings anymore.
Billy, you have you look like both the manager and the man who demands to speak to that manager.
He does have that look.
You have
depends on the day, man.
You look like the state of Vermont became a person.
I don't know how to take that. I'm from Vermontville, New York, so.
Yeah, see, I'm accurate. I mean, Billy, you have so much white privilege. You had to ski uphill so there would be any difficulty in your life. That is how white you are. I mean, Billy, you are proof that white men can jump as long as they have a 60-mile-an-hour lead in and a huge ramp to fly from. Oh wait, let me do one more because this one I really like this one. Watching you do the ski jump is incredible. The only time I've seen a white man soar into that much powder was last Tuesday at Charlie Sheen's house.
Oh.
He was doing bump after bump like it was a mogul session. So. Oh
God.
You're inspiring, Billy. I want to squeeze into spandex and make no money. That's my thing. So I didn't realize that you were a pioneer of it.
Dude, I averaged like a living wage barely for 20 years. That is a true story.
Well, I'm hoping to get there one day.
I want to go back to this white privilege thing for a second, though, because I grew up in Vermontville, New York, and probably, I mean, like, it's a very, very beautiful, rugged place, very wilderness, you know, definitely white, you know, when I'm not bronzed out, you know, from the sun in Utah. However, my absolute favorite thing, and this is actually research for the next time you roast me, you'll need a little bit of content for Bob to push on the side. There is a sign, because there's not a lot happening in Vermontville on most days. There is a sign as you drive into town that says Vermontville, New York, hometown of Billy Demong, which is honestly not the thing you want to see when you're driving to your parents' house every time. And it's definitely not the thing you want to see on Facebook 15 times a year when your friends drive by the sign and tag you in it.
I don't know. I'd be proud of
pretty
that.
cool.
Why not?
It's kind of an honor, right?
Oh, man.
A sign.
I think of my career. It was almost like I got roasted by the world for most of my career, because I came, you know, I went to high school in a small town too. Like the main economic driver now is probably tourism, but for most of my life, it was, you know, most of my parents' friends were either teachers or prison guards, because you have like the Olympic Village in Lake Placid was actually purpose built. This is actually kind of a smart idea to be a federal pen, and then next door is the state, and then you got Dannemora up the road, and then you got Camp Gabriel's. And so, like, you know, the bad boys in the city, like, they're like, I don't want to go to the Adirondacks, because all there is up there is prisons and bears. That's all they know. And to be honest, like, it was just kind of crazy, because I came back from my first Olympics in a small town, and, you know, I think everybody thought they were doing me a big favor by having a parade. And the parade was exactly this: middle of a weekday. My dad picks me up at the airport down in Albany. We drive 3 hours. I just flew back from Japan. I'm like nuked out of my mind with jet lag. I'm 17. I haven't been to high school all year. Like, legitimately had not seen my classmates in 9 months, you know, because we're talking February. I pretty much skipped all of my senior year. And the local Chevy dealership donates a truck for the afternoon for me to stand in the back of and wave as we drive down Main Street. However, most people are at work, so they dragged everybody out of my high school who hasn't seen me in 9 months. And you know how kids are in high school, right?
Oh, God, no.
Yeah.
So I'm like driving down the street, waving at kids I haven't seen in a year who are looking at me like I'm crazy. And then the mayor of the city gives me a key to the city, which is like this giant brass thing. And then I had to speak, which I'm not a good speaker now, and I certainly wasn't then. And so that was the nail in the coffin to be like, I'm moving and I'm never coming back. Now, I do go back and I love it, but I was pretty sure at that point they were just trying to drive me out of town.
That's still kind of cool, though. You have a sign with your name on it. That's, that'd be cool. I wouldn't mind.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's on the way to New York
on
City, that'd be one thing. But when it's on the way to your dad's house, it's like a whole different deal.
True. Were you
Mike,
saying something, Alex?
I was going to say, Alex's sign would be Baltimore, Maryland, home of Alex Hooper and crab cakes and football.
That's all they got.
Hey,
That's all they got. 3 things.
I will take that any day. And don't forget, we practically invented crack. Okay, do not dare take that away from us.
I thought that was
that
DC.
is a very. We're basically DC. Like, we're right there. The guy walked there in 10 minutes after he smoked the first crack. You know, he was in Baltimore 15 minutes later.
Oh, that first crack.
The pioneer.
Oh,
I know it's like an arm wrestling match between mayors or something. Had more crack, right?
I do like Baltimore very much for the reasons you mentioned, minus the crack part. But it's good people. They like their sports very much so. The food is actually pretty good. It's not all just crab. The crab is really good too. It's the only place you can get like that whole. You get like a bushel and then you just spread out the newspaper and just bash it.
Actually,
Yeah,
I haven't
that's the
had crab
best.
in Maryland yet.
Oh yeah.
Whoa, Devin! Stop
Yeah, I
getting
know.
5th place and go to a crab restaurant.
I can't afford it. Mike, next time you're in, hey, when you guys come down, you can take me out to dinner.
Yeah, all right. All right.
Hey, yo, take me out to dinner.
Fair enough.
You know what we
Fair enough.
should do? Actually, we should do a live show. When can we all rally in New York?
Ooh.
I can be there. I can be there in 1 hour.
I can be there in 5, door to door.
Yeah, I think we need to round it out though, because we're like 4 people that nobody cares about. I think we need like a croquet team or something like that, or like a professional cornholer to really legitimize what we're doing here.
Yeah.
Bob's gonna come too.
Bob's already
Producer
there.
Bob.
He's there. He's there waiting for us. There you go. There's Maryland's Winter Olympians
Let's see what we got here.
wearing some sort of like a revolutionary undershirt. Looks like the puffy shirt from that Seinfeld episode.
Wait, I remember those two.
Yeah, I don't know who that is. I don't know. The figure skating outfits are just. I don't know who designed them.
Speaking of
It's
Mike,
not
how was
Hollywood.
Timmy?
Say again?
How was Timmy yesterday?
No, Timmy's coming on.
Oh yeah, we got to promote that. We got my
Timmy's
boy
coming
Timmy
in on.
Gable.
Yeah,
Speaking
Timmy's
of,
coming in
Timmy
on
Gable
Sunday.
Timmy Gable is the only man to have licked both my wife and my ears on different occasions.
What the hell, Billy?
Oh no, sir! I've done that too, buddy. Don't forget about me right here.
Just
Okay?
text him right now
Don't
so
you
you can
take that
hop
away
in for
from
a
me.
teaser for tomorrow.
Well, he's going to be on Sunday. He's going to be on with Aaron Jackson, the short track speed skater who won the gold.
Oh, nice.
Who,
That's awesome.
Yeah. And
Wait a minute.
people were-
You got Aaron Jackson?
Yeah.
Oh shit, I'm out of here.
Is that real, dude? No, that's incredible. I mean, she's the first Black woman to win a gold in speed skating, because after 2020, the white skaters were weighed down by their tremendous guilt.
It's actually a good question, though. Like, has there ever been
Oh,
a black,
Pretty good job.
has there ever
Wow.
been a black female
Yeah.
medalist,
Well,
gold
Aaron-
medalist in the Winter Games before? That's actually a serious question. I don't know the answer to that.
Oh.
That's a trivia question.
Florida,
Devon, come
where
on.
normally they do different. In Florida, they normally do different kinds of speed and ice. So I'm amazed that she was able to win anything like that. Because, I mean, what is she going to win next? The bath salts award? Come on, this is Florida we're talking about.
But hey, backing up though, like how cool was that her teammate basically gave her a spot? Like after she didn't qualify
Oh,
in
yeah.
trials.
That's
Right.
amazing.
That was like because I had to pick our teams, and I mean like we set objective criteria so we don't have to pick as much as possible, but you always end up in a situation where there's too many people that didn't make objective criteria, so you end up with a discretion spot, and it's always hell on wheels with parents and athletes, and like everybody's like threatening to sue. Like this year was pretty mellow, but like in my tenure I've seen it happen, and like to just have somebody just stand up and be like, you know what, I'm gonna make sure the best person gets to go. Like that's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
That's like true Olympism.
That's beautiful.
And actually,
yeah,
does anybody remember that word, Olympism? Like
Is that a word?
Olympism was like this amazingly like hot word for like a hot second. Like Apollo Ono made it really famous, like I think around 2014 or 2019. Everybody was like Olympism. Apollo said Olympism. And I went to high school with Apollo. And I don't know that he made the word up, but I never heard it really before. Everybody in the media used the word Olympism. I'm pretty sure it's still in the dictionary, but nobody's really used it since.
Wow.
It sounds like a disease my grandmother had that made her walk with a
Exactly.
cane. Like, oh, I'm sorry, she's got Olympism. She's not right now.
Put her in the iron lung.
What is
Oh,
that? Am I not? I'm not. I'm
Yeah,
not. Old.
You're too young. You're too young. Billy's laughing. Billy knows the iron lung. Not that he's ever had to be in one, but he knows what it is. Devon, it was like a mechanism to help you breathe. What 100 years ago or something like that, but it's like basically just a big metal coffin that you would kind of go in and it would breathe for you or something like that. I'm not entirely sure. That's a different show. That's a different show altogether. That's a medical.
The Fear Factor.
Yeah, no, yeah, Fear Factor. That's one reality show I would not go on by any means. They would well, we're gonna stop there before I give Alex any more joke ideas.
Wait, Billy,
What's
was that you that just commented?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
wait,
I'm trying to figure. I'm gonna send Bob a link for something.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. So you're.
Can't do it.
I like.
Can't do it. He's
You're like, I
texting
need to
me.
contact the producer of the show, but I'm just gonna go through the public chat room real quick.
I know. Producer
Oh,
Bob,
public
did you
chat.
see that?
My
Am I the
update
only one
was
left?
populating over here, so it was covering the public chat thing.
Is anyone else here?
There you go. Yeah, no, I don't.
Finally, my dream come true. Welcome back to the Alex Hooper Olympian Experience, everybody, where we talk non-stop Olympics from a guy who knows nothing about the Olympics. Here are my co-hosts, Ken and
He's gone. I can't believe he didn't. I can't believe
what
he
just
didn't roast me. I can't believe he didn't roast me for diving into a swimming pool. I don't know how he missed that one.
What? What happened to him? He was just starting the
Just like-
show and then just vanished. All right.
Just
Well,
his pen drop was his mic drop. He was like, "I'm out."
well, since we have a moment to breathe and actually talk about some winter sports, which this is supposed to be a winter sports show, I do suppose.
Yeah.
Billy, I guess this is probably going to be your last appearance on this show during the game. So why don't you give us a little bit of a wrap up on what's been happening out there in Beijing?
I mean, honestly, it's been pretty cool for me to be home for the first time since '94. Like last time I watched the Olympics on TV was Lillehammer, and
Really?
doing that with my kids. So that's kind of the personal recap. Professionally, our teams, it was great to be able to send a pretty full squad, and especially to get Anna in there at the last minute. I mean, Devon, I don't know if you saw the episode with her, the one with her, but she literally, like, it was like the last possible day, the day before opening ceremonies or something, and they literally reallocated a spot from a country that didn't take a full team, and we were able to like sneak her through like the whole COVID testing, get her on a charter flight and get her over there. And
Really?
that was super cool. Oh yeah. This is like in our office. I like walked in. I was like, now you get to go. She was like so nervous all day, wondering if we were been able to figure it out. She started bawling. She was like heat pressing t-shirts all afternoon. And then like,
Wait,
Wow.
that's literally that's what that machine is, that like
we
making
decorate all of our uniforms in-house, and we make all of our own jumpsuits. And so, yeah, it was pretty wild. But then, and then like, look, the ski jumpers qualified on the men's side 4, which we expected to, and so that was huge. They got the team event, and they all 4 made the qualification in the normal hill. And the Nordic Combined guys really, like, they're back where we were 2006, so 1 games away from glory. I'm really proud of those guys. I think they're like a really awesome team dynamic. 4-5 actually, really, professional 20 somethings like going for it. So I'm expecting that on the USA Nordic front, we're going to be contending for medals big time in Italy. And then, as a whole, like, let's see, like Beijing, it's like, not only was it like kind of a weird one for Team USA, like we got some like really surprise medals in some of the sports, like especially the monobob. I think we expected maybe 1, maybe 2, but not gold and silver. And the cool thing about bobsled and well, especially monobob, if you look at like the 4-man, I think it was, they went 1, 2, 3, or at least in women's 2-man they did. And you're like, oh man, Germany's so good. Then you go to monobob and USA goes 1, 2. What's the big difference? In the normal bobsled, they have their own equipment. So countries can just outspend each other to get better shit. You go to monobob and they have a match set, and it's just like luck of the draw. You get whatever sled you get. Honestly, there's no luck. They're all the same. And so it's like a fully controlled environment. And you see the difference in the results when you take away their, people's equipment.
Yeah.
The same stuff. So that's really cool. And then, I hate to say it, and I hope this doesn't come back to bite me, but Russia. Let's face it. Like, the IOC and everybody else is just kicking themselves right now for allowing them to be banned, but then compete under another flag just to have the ultimate mashup happen in women's figure skating. You got 3 different girls crying for 3 different reasons, right? One's like in tears because she won or got second and thought she should have won. One's crying because she got a medal. One's crying because she totally flailed. One's, refusing to take the podium. I'm like, come on, you can't even make that up.
Yeah.
So, I think the lesson learned there is, if we're going to try to play by the rules, let's just enforce the fucking rules, the rules, and make people follow them. And, then we don't have to face this situation where Russia could win a winter Olympic medal count, and they're not even supposed to be there technically.
Yeah, the whole what is it? Olympic athlete from Russia thing. It's just like it doesn't really work.
No. And
Right.
look, I've got Russian friends, and like I feel bad for them, but like that's the only way you can get the bigger organizations to fall in line is to create punishments so big that they're not going to break the rules anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And there you have it. I didn't realize that whole difference between like monobob versus the four-man. It kind of seems like they're almost allowing an uneven playing field, which seems kind of strange to me that's even the case. I thought all those sleds were the exact same.
No, they're actually, I mean, when USA has BMW bobsled, and I'm not sure what they have right now, but that was a big sponsor for a long time. I'm embarrassed that I threw that out there not knowing, but like BMW did a lot of wind tunnel testing going into for sure Pyeongchang. And if there's still a sponsor this time around, that's, I mean, it's the same thing in ski jumping. We have these suits that are essentially like wings, right? And the boots and the bindings and everything else contributes to how much of an airfoil you can become. And so, that's why we custom build our suits up in my office. And, we buy different material from different places. And it's like Moneyball, though, like we're trying to take $100,000 and make, a bunch of different suits. And that sounds like a lot of money. There's teams that are spending millions on wind tunnel testing material. And, there's only so much you're spending on trying to stay within the rules before you're trying to bend them and break them and all that other stuff. So, it's and the Winter Olympics, again, it's like we were joking about on the last one about how the Summer Games is like who's stronger, who's faster, who can jump higher, and then the Winter Games is like who can survive this icy death run, like who can do the human salad toss and land on their 2 feet. And it opens the door. I mean, the magnitude of speed that you get with like frozen water, you can like do crazy stuff. I mean, even the cross country skiing, I don't know if you saw any of the pictures from Team Norway. People are like, oh, Norway, it's in the water. Then you see like 2 guys on the podium and 24 wax techs. And, they've got like 1,000 pairs of skis and $1 million worth of wax and $1 million in payroll just at the cross country venue waxing skis.
Yeah.
So it's almost like
That's
U.S.
insane.
military.
It's like F1. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's totally F1. And ski jumping, same thing. Alpine, same thing. Freestyle snowboard, not so much, I'm guessing. It's probably a little bit of that, but it's not at that level because most of the countries, it's not a televised sport at the World Cup and things like that. But
sure.
I mean, those Alpine racers, Michaela, I mean, she's a great racer. She's a very nice person. I guarantee she's got a multi-million-dollar budget coming from brands,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Not for her to like earn money and put in the bank, like literally just for techs, PTs, like people to carry stuff, and she's not the only one by any means. Like probably I remember when Bodie was like making over 10 million and he was ranked like number 22 in winter sport because there's all these Europeans that are like getting sponsored by Milka Bar from Germany, and Germans are got purple helmets, and all of a sudden they're making 20 million. And so there's a lot that goes into this stuff, and it's really crazy to see. And I think one of the things that I've been promoting on my LinkedIn, and I got another NPR piece that I did a couple days ago with Brian Mann, who's in Beijing, but he's from Lake Placid, about athlete funding in Norway. And he called me, and he was like, on his way to the Alpine venue. And I think he just wanted to quote like, oh yeah, Norway's got more money than us. And I was like, no. This is like a fundamentally like institutional problem in the United States of America. Like we're trying to sort 7-year-olds to see what sport they should go into. And we have no funding to create or to reduce the barrier of entry. And, you've got, you call it soccer moms, but like baseball, hockey, like private coaching starting in like under 10 groups, it's crazy. And so we're basically dividing our talent pool by our parents' balance sheets these days, especially in the non-NCAA disciplines. And so, I mean, if we're going to be serious, we got to figure out how to fund youth sport and make it economical and affordable and get kids in from diverse backgrounds. And then we got to figure out how to keep them in. And then you get to the Olympic movement at the top, and it absolutely, we have to have more resources for the Olympic movement because Devon, I don't even know if you know this, but maybe you do. I mean, The USOPC is essentially a federally mandated monopoly to commercialize the value of the Olympic rings, and that's their funding source. They dabble in fundraising, but it's all corporate sponsorship based on the Amateur Sports Act, and it just isn't enough because here we are, 40 years post the Amateur Sports Act. It's not a glorified travel agency to send college kids to the games. We're sending 25, 35-year-olds to the games, and most of which are coming out of non-NCAA sports, or at least, I mean, a good portion of. And so, you know, the USOPC and the NGBs need a lot more money. And then the last piece is like the athletes. I mean, most athletes are paying their own way. And at the very least, they're paying for their own living when they're not on the road. And, you know, unless you're in the top 1% or less of your sport, and that's at the elite level. Like it's not like if you're the top, 1% of alpine skiing, it's like the top 1% of the like elite international World Cup alpine skiing. Then you're making money, and that's it. And so, I proposed on my LinkedIn the other day, there was an article by the AP about the world-class athlete program. And that's like basically you enlist, you commit for 8 years to the military and they'll pay you. And then you can get assigned orders back to your national team. But man, you run a risk there, like you enter the wrong National Guard and your commanding officer doesn't like it. He's not going to put your packet in. So I'm not saying it's not a great program and it doesn't work out for the 50 or so athletes that get it. But if we just reduce the barrier to entry to that program, maybe reduce the time to 4 to 6 years. And so you could just get like first-time Olympians, Olympic hopefuls, create some metrics so you're not just getting jokers in the program, and then allow athletes, coaches to continue in that program. We're talking about less than a fighter jet a year to fund the whole damn thing and have every athlete and coach salaried if they so chose to do it. And that's not going to be for
that's everybody. A good point.
They've got great health care, access to the GI Bill for education, career opportunities, and they don't have to end up like a washed-up loser like Alex.
Oh, come on, man.
The whole thing was just one punchline. Boom! Boom!
You have spent more time chasing gold than a Vegas escort. I don't want to hear any of this from you. Get out of here. I have a live show to do in an hour. I got it. That was beautiful. Good burn. Good burn.
No, I knew you were eventually going to get back to Alex because you mentioned no funding. You mentioned $1 million, needing $1 million worth of wax. You mentioned all these, and I was just like, oh, okay, yeah, here, Hooper's finally back. I'm glad you made it back though, Alex, because for a second there, you were yelling about something and vanished, and we were like,
It was really touch and go there for a while. It got very spotty, much like both of these men's careers. I just like disappeared out of nowhere. There was a sudden snowstorm and I was gone. And but you know what? This was so fun. I'm so glad to be doing this with you guys. It's an honor to be here amongst true athletes. It really is.
So
and
Alex,
also Mike.
While you were gone, I was like kind of lamenting the fact that you didn't pull a cheap shot on me for getting too many head injuries, specifically a diving accident. I've had a few concussions. There's been a ton of articles written about it, but I'll give you a teaser for next time.
Oh, no diving.
No diving.
No diving. That's very good. I was really impressed by so many things you did, including you finished the New York City Marathon in 2 hours and 33 minutes, 5 seconds, proving that if you have time and money, you too can be completely selfish, everyone. So please take everything you need. Go do something that doesn't help the world at all. You guys are kings of that. So
dude, I ran for charity. For charity.
Oh, me. Back at you.
Yeah, I just got hit right in my ugly face. So
the Billy Demong needs a new flat screen charity. That's what it was.
Yeah, exactly.
What an honor.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, do you got to get out of here, Hooper? Is that where you're alluding to?
Yeah, I have a show in an hour, in less than an hour, so I gotta go.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. Do you want to tell Devon how bad he is one more time for the road, because that seems to
my gosh. I know. It's like, do I have any jokes that I didn't get to use? Devon played football at the University of Oregon. I believe his favorite position was reverse cowgirl. Is that correct? And
That's a
look,
good
an
one.
open window has more draft potential than you ever did, Devon. So I thank you so much for being here. And honestly, you guys took jokes so well. So thank you for feeding me back and giving it back to me because I can take this all day. It is a form of love. I respect both of you a little bit. So thank you for having me here.
Awesome. All right.
Thank you,
Anytime,
Alex. Appreciate you,
we're
man.
always happy to have you back. And I wasn't lying when I said we need to take you on the road this season for some pep talks at some track meets. I think Devon. I mean, I think
Oh
we need
yeah,
to
they
keep
would
this
love.
guy
Yeah,
around.
this would be great.
Yeah,
People
yeah.
would love this.
Oh yeah, encourage the world's greatest athletes. What they need to get over the top is just a little bit of Alex Hooper, right?
Yeah,
That's it.
the key.
Yep, and
That's
I
the
would
key.
love you at the top of a ski jump, man. Like this was my game. Like just stay right out of the like focus window until it's time to focus. As long as you didn't follow me down to the bar, I would have been all good.
I love it. You know, next time. And Mike, I can't wait to see you in Mexico and see your beach body that you've been working on.
I've been working on it. I lost 4 pounds last week. We're working on it, baby.
Baby. Well, I don't want to know what that girl's name was, but either way.
It was water weight. It was water weight.
You guys are awesome. Thank you
Cool,
so
man.
much for having me here.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Thank
Go
you.
break a leg.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.
See ya. Good luck.
That guy's a riot. My goodness. So I think he took it easy on us. I feel like because he doesn't really know us that well. Maybe not you, Devon.
I was like really waiting to get lit up. There's enough about me out there. I know it.
Well,
Maybe Devin and I should go
Maybe
head to head. Let's come back as comedians one night.
Oh gosh,
Blow everybody's mind.
I am not funny at all. So,
Come on.
But yeah, I could write some jokes. You know, I did have one question, a serious question, before we got off because I've been sitting here waiting to ask it the whole time. You had a little bit of a lull in your like your championship career from 2001 to 2007, right? So 2002 to 2007. So what's that kind of look like for you as an athlete? You know, I've had some years where I've. Oh, okay. So you had a legitimate diving injury, and
so here's actually, this is a good question. I've been actually unpacking this one this week for a wholly different reason, but I love like, so I have like 24-ish athletes on my national team usually. And quite a few of them, you know, like one of my favorite things, I don't coach the coaches. Like I hire the coaches and I'm like, all right, go, you know, do this. And if they suck, then they get a bad performance review. They suck again, they get fired. But I don't like to get in people's way. And so with the athletes, though, I have absolutely no qualms. If they call me and they're like, hey, let's go get lunch. Let's talk about food. Let's talk about training. Let's talk about goals. And I got to tell you, so like 2001, as you discovered, like I won the last World Cup going into the Salt Lake Games, kind of a fluke, but it was like one of those days where, you know, shit happens. And the weather was weird and it just, I don't know, it worked out. And I don't know. I don't even remember the last half of the race. I like passed the World Cup overall champion in the last K. He like blew up and I like came back and it was weird, but it was awesome. Then I kind of like got through the games and we got fourth and I was depressed and I was like starving myself to death and like really not in a good place. And my whole goal is like get to 2002, win the Olympics, and then change my name, social security number, and disappear. And like, you know, like when you're young, you're just like, I'm just going to do it and then get out. Yeah. And so I had no life plan actually, other than that. I was going to be like Edward Abbey style. Like as soon as that medal was done, like I wanted to win the medal for, I don't know, the country or I don't know what, but break the barrier and get out. Mm-hmm. And so when it was like, okay, we got fourth on the last day. And I was like, I don't know what happens now. Like the script didn't go this way.
Yeah.
So then I doubled down and I like starved myself harder and trained harder and not smarter, just harder. And I was like on a pretty crappy train. And then that summer, August 19th of 2002, we showed up. We went 1-2-4 in the first Grand Prix of the summer. And we went back to the hotel and it was like one of those German health spas with like a 3-foot deep wading pool. And we were like diving off the second story balcony and stuff. And I like just missed one and I smashed it. And I was like, we're talking like 7-inch skull fracture, broken orbital bone, fractured sinuses. And the worst part is I had this like fist-sized clot in the front of my brain, just pressing on my frontal lobe. So like, I mean, like I had no short-term memory. Like if you were like, hey, repeat after me, 7-6-3, I'd be like, Sorry, dude.
3. Yeah.
I got nothing. I got I got 7. What? I mean, I don't know. So I had no short-term memory, no concentration skills. And, you know, most people will be like, that's it. I'm out. I don't know. And I kind of went through like a pretty abbreviated, like, you know, denial, anger, depression, acceptance, like in a month. And then I was like, all right, shit, what am I going to do? And so I started lining it up, and I was like, okay, I got accepted to UVM engineering school and their ski team, and University of Utah. The Cornell engineer guy like laughed at me. He's like, you haven't been to school in 4 years. You're never going to match up here. And I was like, well, whatever. And then I got a call from this guy I used to live with in Colorado, and he's like, just come home. He's like, they were kind of like parents to me, like second parents. Like I love my parents, but I lived in this chicken coop on this ranch when I had no money. I'm not shitting you. Like chicken coop insulated in the 1940s with farming magazines. I could, you know, when it was insulated because they're all the same year.
Right.
Yeah.
And I used to like, you know, I used to love it. I'd like break the ice out of the toilet in the morning and like walk outside and cast my fly rod in the pond, catch a brook trout, fry it in the frying pan, and go to training. Like, or we'd get up and go shoot ducks at 4 a.m. and then go to training and then go scout for elk and then go bow hunting. And I mean, it was a wild existence. And I was like missing it because I was living over here after the games. And he's like, come home. He's like, I was like, well, I want to go to school. He's like, you can go to CMC. And I was like, but what else do I do? And he's like, you can work for me. We'll go build some houses. He was a spec builder. And so I'll teach you how to build. I was like, all right, this is getting interesting. And then I was like, well, I'm not allowed to jump, but I can ski. So I'll train myself. And I've been wanting to like write my own training programs. And long story long, it became this huge year of personal growth.
Yeah.
And by the spring, I was like a fully like, you know, GC, had built like a $10 million spec home with him, built another 5,000 square foot one that he kind of like gave me as like a test pilot run, you know. And I trained myself for the American Birkebeiner, which is like that big race up in Wisconsin with like 10,000 people. And I got like 10th or something. So I took my weak side of the sport and got a lot better at it. And I got the confidence that I trained myself and I got to try the stuff I wanted to try.
Yeah.
And I stopped starving myself. So that was good. And then I went back to school and I was like, wow, school's not that hard. And it's actually kind of fun. So that's not scary. So then I came back to sport instead of being like only tied to the results page and like, you know, good result, good guy, bad result, bad guy, I'm a bad person. And I came back like, I have 0 fucks to give. And I wrote a set of rules and I was like, always have fun. If you're not having fun, don't do it anymore. You know, like, you know, everything to gain, nothing to lose. You know, anything worth doing, you know, I mean, just silly like mantras.
For sure.
And then I set a results goal and I was like, all right, I tried to rush myself to the victory before I was really believing I could. And also before I was physically ready to like reliably do it. Like I was a hopeful, but not a contender. And so I said, all right, what's realistic? And I set 2010. And then I was like, all right, so if 2010 is realistic, what do I have to do in 9? Okay, I got to win world championships for the first time. And then to win, I need to probably be on the podium once before. So let's do that in 2007. And then, you know, like at that point, I was not even ranked anymore. So then I was like, I got to, you know, backed all the way down, like fight my way back up onto World Cup. That was 2004. 2005 was like first top 15 at World Champs. 2006 was like first top 15 at the Olympics, you know, and just kind of go from there. And it was so funny because like after that, I was like, I started companies building concrete countertops to make a living and doing all sorts of weird shit on the side. And I was like reading books like a fiend and trading stocks like a fiend and doing all sorts of oddball stuff. And I trained hard, but I also like, it was like 4-hour endurance, like go run for 4 hours. I'd pack my truck up with some guns, like an ATF trip, and like put a 12-pack and some like cigarettes and some guns. And I'd drive out into the desert and just run for a few days, you know, like run, shoot, eat fish and whatever.
Oh, wow.
Just wild stuff. And so like,
that sound good to you, Devon? Go get a pack of cigarettes and just run out to the desert real quick.
I mean, I'm exaggerating, like, you know, but like, it was like, I was like way more like normal all the time. And I just kind of developed systems of eating and training that got me right where I needed to be, right when I needed to be there, but not like I really focused on peaking. But like in the summer, I'd be like 155 pounds, which is like 15 pounds overweight. And like my coaches would freak out. And I'd be like, don't worry about it. I'm good. And then like going into the Olympics in 2010, dude, I was like, I hit every one of those goals on time, not ahead, not behind. like on time that year, on time. And like 2008, I think I got bored a little bit, so I started racing bikes. And like I'm like in one year I was racing like with Lance and Levi and those guys in domestically, not internationally.
Sure.
And I remember like one day I crashed and I was in the front group and Chris Horner blew up, you know, the guy who won the Giro a few years ago. He was like the oldest guy ever. And he comes up and he's like, I'm like running down the road with my bike because it's only like 5K to the finish. I'm like, I got this, you know, 100-mile bike race. I can run 3 miles. And he's like, what are you doing, dude? Get on your bike and I'll push you. And I'm like, I like, look at the front wheel, dude. It's like tacoed. He's like, all right, get on. So there's this famous picture of me, and Bob, you could probably find this. Just put it in Horner Demong. I'm riding on the back of his bike, sitting on it like some kid with my hand on his shoulder and his bike frame sitting on there. And like that was the kind of weird stuff that I did, and it kept me motivated. So when like I had some gnarly slumps even in those years. Like one year I actually did something funky with my bindings by accident and didn't realize it, and it was like hard because these little plastic pieces, but I had them backwards. So stupid. But instead of my skis going out, they were trying to go like in, and so I was like forcing them out, jumping kind of terribly. And then one day somebody's like, dude, those are backwards. So I switched them, and all of a sudden it was like, woo! And I like did the splits going over the knoll of some big hill in Italy. And I was like, it took me like literally a year to get back from that, somewhere in the middle of that mess. And so, but like when you have all that other stuff going on and you're confident, it's like you're so resilient, you know, like you're like, whatever.
Yep. Just wake up and try to get better the next day. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, like
For sure.
I think hanging out with especially the Norwegian guys was good for me because I remember being like super straight laced. And I'm not saying like I really went and smoked cigarettes and drank a 12-pack by myself in the desert with like a gun, but like I did half of that,
Oh, when you put it that way, Billy.
maybe half of that, and usually with other people, but a lot of times by myself. But like the Norwegian guys, like middle of the World Cup season, I was like used to getting up and going for a run and like eating perfectly and all this. And then I like went into my best friend's room from Norway, and I'm like, Vorden Gorde, you know, and he's like, what's up, dude? And I'm like, you're drinking a beer? Like, don't we have a race tomorrow? He's like, yeah, what's up? And I'm like, this is not what Team USA is doing. I can tell you that. But after that, it was like, okay, you know, by the time I was like 25, it was like, all right, we got to live this life too. So, you know, whether we wanted a beer or had a beer or didn't have a beer, it was like, it wasn't dictated by whether or not you were, you know, you didn't have 5, you didn't have 3 probably, but you know, it was like, I'm going to get some chips and a beer because that's what I want to do tonight. And I'm going to go watch some TV, sleep good. And I'm going to wake up and I'm going to kick everybody's ass. And that's how this is going to go from here on out.
Yeah.
So you took the long road, is what you're saying.
That's the good road.
I did. I took 4 freaking Olympics. Yeah, but you know what? I got to tell you, Devon, like it meant 10 times more standing on the podium at 30 years old than it would have at 20.
Yeah, true.
In fact, I talked to a guy who won his first Olympics when he was 20, first Olympic medal, and it almost killed him, I think. He flat out told me, he's like, I hid. And I was ready. Like I said, I was ready to be Edward Abbey. I was going to go play Desert Solitaire forever.
Wow.
But instead at 30, it's like another day, but you look back, you're like, holy shit, all that stuff we did to get here, we did it.
Yeah.
We did it right eventually. And now it means more. And at that point, you're mature enough to be able to share it with everybody else, even though it's super annoying sometimes. You know, it's like weird to get on the Acela and have people be like, you're the guy. And you're like, that lasted for me for like a day and a half. But,
yeah,
you know, nonetheless, it was a weird feeling
guy, yeah.
For a day. You know, like walking down the city street and have somebody in New York City be like, that's the guy. And then everybody's like, that's the guy. And you're like, I don't want to be the guy anymore. I want to go home.
Yeah. But yeah, it's, I mean, when you do it at 30 years old, I mean, there's 0% chance you're taking that for granted because you're closer to the end of your career than the beginning at that point, and you finally reached the peak, right? And it's just like, I not that I'm speaking from experience, but if I'm 16 years old and I'm winning it, I'm thinking, oh, well, I'm going to win another one too. So maybe I don't take it all in. But yeah, at 30, I could just see
30, for me and my teammates, it was like all about the journey way more than it was all about the medal. It was not about the race. It was not about the medal. It was about the journey to get there. And it was just like, it just was like this underscore of like, hell yeah. You know, I remember sitting in in our little village room in Whistler with Johnny, and we had 7 medals between us. We're just like, like nobody had ever won a medal in our sport before from the United States, and we're just sitting there like, you got to be kidding, right? Like, fuck it, let's go to the Today Show. Bye.
Let's go to the
so
Today
long with
Show.
That's
Let's
the
go on
show
Wall
you want to
Street,
be
bro.
on.
That's what
That's
you
the
should
show you
wait.
want to be on for sure.
Since I got the floor and nobody's setting us down, can I tell you guys one more story about Vancouver? Because this is really funny.
You
kind of
can,
answers
but then
Devin.
we got to go because this show is way over.
I know. So Devin, and I can call you on the phone and tell you the story anyways, but like to tell you about
He's
like,
gonna
what kind of mindset. Yeah, to tell you what kind of mindset we were in, like in Vancouver, we were like so bold that we planned 6 months ahead of time. We looked at the schedule. We're like, we're 8 days between races. We're like, what are we going to do for 8 days? Like, we've been to Whistler. It's cool, but it's going to be like boring. And we're not going to be able to like go, have fun. We're just going to be sitting around and we'll probably end up training too much because that's what you're going to do. And you don't need to train, like at that point, you need to like be careful.
Relax, yeah.
And so we planned, there was some guy who's like, hey, I've got a private jet. Anybody who wants to use it, during the games can use it. So we just were like, let's go home. So 6 months out, we knew. And then we did the first race. We got first, second, and fourth. We hopped on a private jet and 12 hours later and we're home. And I went backcountry skiing and the other guys got sick and laid around in some hotel room in town. And I just like screwed around I have a picture of me literally. I mean, I wasn't actually smoking a cigarette, but just for fun, like I like took a picture of myself with a cigarette. And then I went back to Vancouver and we crushed it for 2 more races. And like, we were just like so relaxed, you're adults. You're like, whatever, we win or we don't win. It ain't going to be because we didn't do the right things. It's just going to be because the weather sucked or somebody else was better, but whatever. We're here to play.
No, that's a good mindset to be at. And hopefully in my increasing age, I can start to learn to be like that.
I'll tell you what, you come over here, we'll race, you'll feel really good about yourself. And then, you go across the world.
The confidence will be through the roof.
Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome. No, that's what I'm saying. Well, look, Billy, it was awesome to have you back here. I feel like we could go for another hour and a half, of course, but it's getting a little bit late and the Olympics are just getting started over here. So I'm going to go watch some of that. So the last weekend to enjoy the games. But thanks as always for coming on the show. Why don't you real quick before you get out of here, give a little shout out. Tell us, where we can find more about USA Nordic, where we can find out more about you.
You got it, man. USANordic.org. That's where you can find out everything, not only about the athletes, what happened at the Olympics, but also if you happen to live in like anywhere in the Midwest or the East, I guarantee you're within an hour or two of a ski jump. If you got a kid or you want to try it, we've got a whole list. We've got a Google Map thing, I think, or something on there now. We did a new website this year. There's a lot of history. There's this really cool thing called Story Project. We've got about 300 and I don't even know, almost 400 stories from kids, from, people that used to jump 60 years ago, from fans talking about their experience with the sport. We do one story every day for the month of December, 10 years straight. So 365 stories, I guess. Or no, what is that? 310 stories. But super cool stuff. I'd love for people to follow our journey. I mean, everybody, it's like loves this during the Winter Games and then forgets it exists for 4 years. So follow us. We're always doing it, and we're out there training hard, competing. There's always stuff happening, and follow our journey. Join our journey and soar with us, man. Devin, it's been awesome to get to know you through this, and Mike, it's been great to connect after 10 years of wanting to do stuff together. So great job, you guys, and thanks for having me back.
Thank you for that. Thanks.
Kind of close to the ski jump over here in Salisbury, Connecticut.
That could be you, Mike.
Website.
Dude, US Cup is coming at you hot, and then we got Junior Nationals in a couple weeks too.
In Salisbury?
Yeah, man. Junior Nationals, Salisbury, Connecticut.
That's you, Mike. You got to be there.
That's right up the road. All right.
We should go do a live show from up there.
When's the date? What's the date? We're doing it. Let's do it. What's going on? It's going to line up exactly when I'm at Alex Hooper's wedding. We'll watch.
Walk the March 4th and 5th week.
Interesting. All right, Bob, we got to talk about this. We got to figure this out. Worst case scenario.
Wait, no. Hold on. I'm wrong. I think it's next weekend. Yeah, it's like the weekend of the 28th. It's like next weekend.
We got to figure this out. Devon, you want to come up to Connecticut?
I got to make the world indoor team. USA trials are next weekend.
Come
Oh, come
on,
on.
you can watch ski jump.
Hey, send the private jet. I'm there.
Yeah, right.
All right, there you
I
go.
want that
Fair
thing
enough.
for life.
Well, in the meantime, if you can't make it there, Devon, buy some NFTs for What Were You Thinking? You can get those right now on Fanaply. Only 2 more days, I think, for folks to be able to buy those. Yeah, this was a great show. Billy, thank you so much for joining. Maybe I'll see you in Salisbury. I don't know.
Hell yeah.
That'd be
I'm going to
great.
say everyone watching should come up and cheer us on.
Yeah, true. If you're in Connecticut or within 5 hours drive, you need to be there.
I had no idea. There you go. And he said it in the show and he puts it in the chat. That's efficiency right there. I love it. All right, Billy, thank you so much for joining. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks,
Last
Billy.
plug of the
Oh, and he's gone. Oh, and he was plugging one more thing, usanordic.org. Yeah, that's interesting that there happens to be like a really big event that's like right around the corner. I might have to do something about that. I don't know. Well, dude, this was an absolute blast. It definitely went on longer than I was expecting it to. But you know, when you invite Alex Hooper on, anything's possible, I suppose.
Anything is possible.
You know,
Anything is possible.
It's scary now that he's getting to know us. He's going to come at us harder next time. If we ever bring him to a meet, who should we sick him on? Like, do you want us to get him under Grant's head? Is that?
He has to go for Grant for sure.
He had some pretty good ones there about Grant. I'm gonna make sure to clip those and then tweet them at him and see what he has to say about it.
Yeah. Alex is good.
He's so happy.
He came with the fire. He came with.
No, dude. He pumped the brakes. I feel like. I'm afraid for the next.
Yeah, that's
time.
all right. It's respectable. You know,
There you
first time meeting me. You know, you kind of got to take it easy. Keep it PG-13.
There you go. So we have a couple more shows over the weekend that I don't think. Are you joining us for the last 2?
I'm going to be on tomorrow, but I might be on. I'm going to be on Sunday.
Okay, awesome. So tomorrow, I'm assuming then Brandon Miller is going to be joining again as co-host. We have Mikkel Thomas, Trinidad and Tobago bobsledder, former track hurdler. I am super excited to talk to him about all this. We keep talking about how track and field athletes can convert into bobsled, and he's actually done it. So who knows? Maybe someday you can do the 2-man with him. I would actually love to see that.
Yeah, no, I'm excited for him, and obviously I know him pretty well too, so I'm excited to see what he has to say.
Who would be your 4-man bobsled team if it was comprised of nothing but hurdlers?
Ooh, me, David Oliver,
Mm-hmm.
Hansel Parchment, and Mikkel Thomas.
Okay.
Yep, because we all got, and we're all kind of like, you know, we're kind of the thick boys of the hurdle crew. You know, I consider myself a little thick with 3 C's.
See, if I'm doing it, I'm gonna if I'm one of the hurdlers, I guess I'll be one of the hurdlers. We're racing, so I'm a hurdler now, right? I would go with. Can I have Mikkel Thomas on my team as well?
Yeah, he can do 2.
So I'd have him. I would have. Give me EJ Lovett, because apparently you have to live in the Caribbean to be a bobsledder. Jamaica, Trinidad. Give me EJ Lovett, right?
Yep.
And
love it.
give me Wellington Zaza, because there's not going to be much room left in the sled, and I want my boy Zaza up front. He's
driving. Yeah, let me drive the boat.
Oh, he's driving, baby. He's driving. I was gonna say Grant, but I don't know if we'd fit him in there. But his explosive power would be nice, and I think that's a good team. That's a good race. We'll have to put this together for charity, obviously. Okay, but he's not the only one tomorrow. Mikkel's not the only one. Quinera Hayes is coming back, 400-meter Olympian. She won USA trials. She's a mom. Tons to talk about with her. Super excited. And then Devon, when you get back, Erin Jackson, she's going to be on the show. Gold medalist.
I'm
short
excited
track
for that.
speed skater. We've been talking about her for the last couple of weeks. You might as well end the show having her on, right?
Yeah, true. I'm super pumped to have her on the show, and excited to kind of see what kind of insights you'll bring.
Yeah, absolutely. And then Timmy Gables is also going to be on the show, figure skater, bronze medalist from 2002 Salt Lake City. So excited to talk to. It's not that I know anything about what you actually do, but I feel like what you do kind of makes sense to me. I kind of get it. Figure skating, I don't get it at all.
Yeah, well, it'll be
you
good to have him on the show so we can ask.
this, and I'm gonna ask him about the outfits because that is a serious suit that guy's wearing.
Nobody knows the words, but it's provocative and it gets the people going.
Gets the people going. All right, we're all right. I wanted to go into a quote fest, but the show's
We got to get out of here.
yeah, for sure. Everyone, Devon's gonna hop off while I give shout outs to every place you can find World's Greatest. Devon, I'll talk to you on Sunday. And thank
Peace
you
out.
all for watching. First of all, go buy an NFT if you haven't already bought an NFT. Available at Fanaptly. We have links on our Twitter at World's Greatest, except remove all the vowels. WRLDSGRTST. It's because someone has at World's Greatest like spelled out, but they haven't used Twitter since like 2013. Yet we still can't get control of the profile. It's really kind of a bummer, but you can find us there. You can also find us on Instagram at World's Greatest Team, and youtube.com/World's Greatest is where all of our premium content lives. We have a bunch of stuff with Devon Allen in there, and nothing with Alex Hooper, even though he is the world's greatest roaster. We'll be working on something in the future. So thanks to those two. Thanks to Billy Demong. Thanks to all of you for watching, and we will be back tomorrow night, same time, 9:00 Eastern, right here. We're going to have Mikhail Thomas and Quinara Hayes joining us. I'm really excited for it. I hope you are too. Take care. Have a good night. Enjoy the rest of the games.